Hi everyone, welcome back to Spin Along Molecules. So in my previous two videos about Humboldt Fellowship, I explained some general information and eligibility criteria. So this video is about the application process. So what documents are exactly required. I will go step by step on each process, how to create account on Alexander von Humboldt website and what documents are required. And all right, to start with, you can simply Google Humboldt Fellowship or Postdoc Fellowship, and their website will appear on the top, and you can click. I will also give the link in the description. So when you open the Alexander von Humboldt websites, so sometime it appears in English. If it appears in English, that's very well. But if it does not, so don't worry about that. So here on the corner, there is the option to switch between two languages like DE. This is for Deutsch language. So sometime also it appears in Deutsch language. And so you simply come on this top corner and switch it back to the English. And then everything is in English. So there are few things here that you can look through, like apply fellowships and awards. So it gives a lot of detailed information. You can connect with the people like the alumni, and you can also further explore about their magazine and the newsroom and so many things. But if you want to go back to your application and you have started the application, you come here to My Humboldt applications and services. But if you're starting from right in the beginning and you don't have account, so you can come here and you say apply online. Or you can continue your application if you have already started. So when you say apply online, you press here, and this new window will appear. Online application form for Alexander von Humboldt Foundation Fellowship. I am new to the Humboldt Foundation and would like to create a user account. I would like to log in with my login name and password. So it depends. If you're new, you can press here, and here you can enter your email, first name, family name, password, username, and submit. So then it will create an account for you. So once you have an account, you can simply come back and log in, as I mentioned previously here, or you can say I would like to log on with my login name and password. Even you don't need to come here. If you already have your application, you can continue the application, or you can go to My Humboldt application services. So it will again ask you to log in, and then you can log in and start. So first I will walk you through this page. It's very important. It has very nice information about the application process, how much time it takes, and what are the steps and everything, what kind of application you can submit. So first thing here is these icons here, like apply. If you just bring the cursor here, so it will tell you about all these type of information that is available. You can read this very nice information. Then you can go to connect, and then again here you can connect with the already Humboldtian and alumni association and everything. And then you can further explore about this magazine and all this about this organization. And another important thing, we will come later on to this. This is My Humboldt application and services. So here is where you create your application. So I will come back to this one soon. So first thing is when you open this page, so it's about Humboldt Research Fellowship. So it's for postdoctoral researcher, experienced researcher, as I mentioned, all countries, only excluding Germany and Brazil. So for Brazil, there is a special, I think, program or fellowship. So people from Brazil, they can apply through that one. And it's not for German citizens. It's for people from outside the Germany. And research stay is again from 6 to 24 months. You can select depending on the type of research you are doing. Normally for postdoc, people select like 24 months. All right, so when you go down here, so you can see here, there are two things. So first is register now and apply online. If you have not created account yet, you go here and you press apply online. But if you already have an account, you say continue to the application, and it will take you to the next page. So this is always the message appears. We are currently receiving very high volume of application, leading to delays in processing. And we have therefore taken the decision to prioritize processing complete application. So make sure your application is complete in all aspects. So anything missing can create delays in your application. So this is what they're saying. You are therefore requested to check your documents especially carefully to ensure that they're complete and fully compliant with our specification before submitting your application. So this will help you to speed up the application process for you. So next thing is you can go here and click on these things and you will see the information. So first thing is about the fellowship. So this will tell you what kind of fellowships are. So for individual sports and so it says Alexander von Humboldt Foundation aims to achieve a good balance between genders and a high level of diversity among its fellows in all areas. We therefore expressly invite female scientists and members of underrepresented groups to apply. We welcome all application regardless of ethnic, cultural, or social background, gender, identity, age, religion, worldview, disability, or sexual orientation. So looking ahead to the upcoming meeting of selection committee, we expect 20 to 25% of application received will be approved. So this is for such competitive fellowship, I would say quite high, more than 20% success rate. And then you can download these informations about the program. This is information for host. If somebody want to host you, but they are not sure, they can also come here and see the information for expert reviewers. So here there is a thing that you should understand. Normally we call them referees or people for recommendation letters. So here they are called expert reviewers. So don't confuse them for the reviewers who will review your application. But these are expert on you, on your profile, and they will give their expert opinion on your profile, like same as recommendation letter. So these are basically the referees who are recommending you for Alexander von Humboldt Fellowship. So again, this is I think 2 are needed if you're applying for postdoc. Especially, it's better to have from your PhD advisor 1 letter and 1 from any other from the same department or a different department. But it's important that your PhD advisor. But in some cases, I have seen like if you're not sure, or maybe at the end of PhD you're not in good terms with your PhD advisor and you are not sure he will give you a good letter, so you can write to them. And in my experience, I think they will consider, even if it's not from your PhD advisor, anyone on your PhD committee or from your department. If you give the reason like maybe my PhD advisor is not supporting me for this application, so then they are willing to accommodate you. So it should not be a big issue then. So then there is information for independent peer reviewers. So this is the reviewers that will review your application. You don't know them. So these are anonymous reviewers that your application will be sent by Alexander von Humboldt Foundation for external review. So this is a slight difference, like peer reviewers, and they're independent, they don't know you. So these are actual reviewers that will review your application. And you can also find some recently selected fellows and things like that. So next thing is what we offer. So you can find all the advantages or the benefits that Alexander von Humboldt Foundation offer for postdocs. Like this is the stipend you get, but there are other benefits that you also get, as I mentioned in my another video about the general information of Alexander von Humboldt Foundation. Alexander von Humboldt Fellowship. And then for experienced researchers, so there's 3,200, and this could be from 6 to 18 months. So this is the different, like 6 to 24 months, and this is 6 to 18 months. And then the general conditions, there are alumni programs. So you must meet certain criteria, as I mentioned in my previous video about eligibility. You can go through that for the postdoc. So within 4 years of your PhD, you can apply. Or if you have not completed your PhD, you should expect your PhD or PhD defense to be within 6 months, and then you should submit your application. And for experienced researchers, similarly, like maximum 12 years of experience after PhD. So then nationality, for all nationals, you should not have stayed in Germany for more than, I think, 6 months before submitting your application. Like a total of 6 months within 18-month period prior to submitting the application. So then same for expert reviewers, there is like certain condition. For postdoc, your doctoral supervisor and one other researcher outside of your institute, if possible, should provide well-grounded information on your qualification. For example, for me, I asked my PhD advisor and another professor from my department who was on my PhD committee. So here it's they're saying like preferably outside of your institute, but I think it's fine because during your PhD, it's hard to get a reference letter outside your department or university. For experienced researcher, it's totally different. And then the language skills, as I mentioned already, like normally most disciplines, English is totally fine. So we can just have a look for natural sciences, engineering, English, good level of English is fine. And for social sciences also, but maybe for some field you can check German is necessary, like maybe for medicine or something like that. I'm not sure, but you can check with Humboldt Foundation or your host supervisor. And yeah, then we are on the requirement side, and program research individual advice then is how to apply. So this is where I mentioned right here on your right side, so you can continue your application, apply online and continue it. If you would like to apply for Humboldt Fellowship, please submit the necessary document to Alexander von Humboldt Foundation online only. If you have any doubts or questions, you can contact info@avh.de before submitting your application, and they're happy to answer, in my opinion, and within 1-2 days they respond you if you write email here. So what is needed? This is very important to understand. Some terms are slightly confusing for the people who are coming from outside. So we know the CV, so 2 pages maximum, not very long. Then is research outline. So research outline is here the research proposal that we call research proposal. So Alexander von Humboldt Foundation call it research outline. So it's 5 pages maximum, and including references. And this is where I will make a dedicated video on how to write perfectly the Alexander von Humboldt research proposal or research outline. So this is called research outline. You have to upload as a PDF file, same as for the CV. And then there is a third thing is complete list of your publication. So the complete list of publication is simply a PDF file containing the list of publications. So you can check the sample list, like how to write it, and that's just the name of the journal, the title of the paper, the authors, and like the volume and page number. So it's not detailed description here. So it's all publication that you have published so far. Then list of selected key publication. So this is different than this one. It could be same for some people, but it is what publication you want them to look at. So key publications are among this list, which publications are the key, where you have been the first author or which had the groundbreaking results. So these publications are where they would read. And so you provide here also a list, not a detail. Then the this thing here, that number 5, is the key publication. So key publication, when you give this one, is also in PDF file, and here you give the details of these publications. You can upload the key messages, or maybe 200-300 words, a description of these publication, like their abstract or some conclusion about those publication which you consider as key publication over here. And then doctoral certificate, if you have completed your PhD, so you upload the certificate. But if not, then you have to provide a proof that you will complete within the next 6 months. So this you can just simply say it, or maybe your host, your PhD advisor can also mention in his reference letter that he is expecting to graduate soon. And then German language certificate if required in your field, but normally it's not required. And also, if you have certain publication which are just accepted, or you have just submitted, so you can also upload them, and then you have to upload also the publication acceptance notification or something like that. In addition, host statement is also very important. So host statement is basically the professor who is willing to host you give a detailed explanation about you, about your people who are providing reference letter about you, and also about the facilities, and also about the proposal or your prior PhD work. Like he has to give nice detail about you, and that you will benefit his lab, and you will benefit also, and you will make a significant contribution in the field, all these things. So this is what host provides about you. Maybe I will also provide examples or a separate video on the how you should ask the host to write a good host statement. This also matters significantly in your application. So when you have all these things in your hand, then you can submit the application. Without having all these things not completed, you cannot press submit. So this is very important in Alexander von Humboldt Foundation. Make sure these are correct, everything is in order, and but you can provide all these in separate files. So reference letter again will be provided by your referees. They will be uploaded by them. You will not know, but you can see whether they are uploaded or not. And the date will be mentioned there. And similarly, host statement, you will not see it, but you will know whether it is uploaded. When everything is green, then you can press submit. So that's the date of your submission. It starts, and then you should expect next 6 months, I think, for the decision. But again, the committee sits in March, July, and November, and then decision normally come in these dates. That's all from how to, or what are the requirements. And then is the selection procedure. So this is a general outline, like application, online application. You start, host statement, references, they have received, they acknowledge that we have received your application. So Humboldt Foundation send you an email, and then the processing. So first 1 month and 1.5 months will be, they will check the eligibility, and anything missing, this will be notified to you within 1 or 1.5 month. So they will check for completeness and everything. And then the review process starts, which normally is 4 months. So they will send your application to independent reviewers, at least 2 they mention, and review application will be forwarded to selection committee member. Then the selection committee will sit 3 times a year, and then the decision comes very quickly. The same month you will hear, maybe in the middle of the same month. So, for example, I heard in the mid of July. So then approval. So they will send you the documents and next things for visa processing and everything. For rejection, they will inform you. After about 1 month, like of the meeting, that unfortunately you're not selected. But here they mentioned the factor, but in my experience, for a few of my friends, they have recently received the rejection, and they don't give much detail about what were the weaknesses, or what were the factor that led to. Just maybe a general statement they provide, and that's it. Like your external reviewers comments were not good about something about the proposal or something like that. And then yeah, but it basically does not give you detailed information that in later on, if you want to apply again, and you might improve on it. And then the start of a fellowship, so minimum is 2 months and maximum 12 months after selection. But I think they are very flexible depending on the visa timeline and everything. All right, so this is a selection procedure, and you can further scroll down and see different questions and their answers that you can read. This is very nice information, and further collaborative programs. So next thing is next thing I will take you to how to start the application, and what are the steps inside the application.